Hello everyone, welcome to Thetruthspeaksout. And I'm Sean Fowler. Hope you all been enjoying your year so far. I know I have. Salute to all those graduates who just graduated from college. Again, I have from Shorter University. Again, I'm just trying to continue to build my YouTube channel, talking about the most interesting topics I love debating about, discussing, and giving my knowledge on, which is the NFL, also superheroes, and giving a devotion segment as well. So stay tuned. We'll start off first with the NFL. All right, so for the NFL segment, I'm going to give a brief recap on what happened in 2017-2018 postseason. Basically, all you need to know is that the Philadelphia Eagles ended up winning the Super Bowl, and that surprised just about every NFL fan, except, of course, probably for Philly fans. But it was surprising because the MVP caliber quarterback Carson Wentz got hurt in Week 14 against the Los Angeles Rams, tearing his ACL and MCL. So then they had to put the trust in quarterback Nick Foles, which hasn't been that productive since the 2013 season. So what did Nick Foles do in the postseason? He was golden. And first, starting off against my Atlanta Falcons, beating my favorite team 15-10, throw for over 250 yards, no touchdowns, but he also didn't turn the ball over. So what did he do the next week? He just faced the number 2 defense in Minnesota, ended up beating them 34-14 and throwing for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. And fast forward 2 weeks later, he was golden once again against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. He threw for over 373 yards, had a total of 4 touchdowns, also catching the ball, showing what he can do rather than when Tom Brady couldn't, because Tom Brady ended up dropping the ball big in that game. So what are the expectations for the Eagles this coming season? Again, in order to be the champs, you have to beat the champs. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they still acquire some really good offseason pickups this offseason, picking up Mike Wallace, who can still stretch the field after giving up a Torrey Smith. They end up getting a Halloy not-time Pro Bowler Michael Bennett on that defense to have some real veteranship. But there are some other teams in NFC, that's getting better as well, such as the Los Angeles Rams, who picked up 2 Pro Bowlers from the AFC West cornerbacks, Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib, also getting a Dominic Sue to go with the other pass rusher, Aaron Donald. So the NFC is definitely going to be thick this year, but I'm still going to say, again, in order to beat the champs, you got to beat the champs, and I'm rolling with the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, so for this segment, I'm talking about the most anticipated superhero movie of all time, which is Avengers: Infinity War. Now, I was a little skeptical how great this movie could be just because of all the characters they were introducing, possible plot holes, and if there'd be enough action. But it proved me wrong. It was an awesome movie. It was tons of action, and the scene that pops out to me is the beginning scene, where Thanos puts a beat down on Hulk, and he also kills Loki. He set the tone on what type of villain who's about to be powerful, and you just don't want to mess with this guy at all when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. And as well, towards the end of the movie, the battle on Wakanda, when we had Thanos' henchmen, the Black Order, facing Black Panther, Captain America, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, and basically the whole Avengers team. And also the Battle of Titan, when you seen Thanos facing Spider-Man, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange. And it was just overall, it was an overwhelming experience because they're trying to defeat Thanos the best way they can, but he's just continuing to come at him, with his superpowers and how powerful again he is. And right when you think that they have him, trying to pull off his gauntlet, his glove, Star-Lord gets emotional because Thanos has to get the Soul Stone and kills Gamora. And after Star-Lord hears of that from Nebula, Thanos' sister, he just gets over emotional and just tries to defeat Thanos himself. It doesn't work out, and Thanos basically wins because he ends up getting the stone from Doctor Strange. So overall, I give this movie an A. I really enjoyed it. It was very good. Again, it was overwhelming because of all the characters leading into the movie: the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Doctor Strange. So it was a very good movie. I give it an A, and I can't wait for the next one to come out. Please ask any questions, any comments, or any other things that I probably could have pointed out about this video. Hey, what's up, guys? It's my devotion segment. Hopefully you guys can get inspired from it. And I just really feel like 2018 is a year of reconnecting. And what I mean by that is just a year reconnecting with people that you probably haven't spoke to in possibly 5 to 10 years. I know it's already been 4 to 5 to 6 people this year already that I haven't spoke to in about 10 years that I've happened to speak to them this year. It hasn't necessarily just been trying to say what's up on social media, anything like that. Actually meeting them, actually talking with them. They hit me up first, and for example, one of my friends is, I majored in sports communications, broadcasting, and he's basically doing the same thing. You know, again, I haven't spoken to him in about 10 years, but you know, it's amazing, you know, what God can do with people like that, because, you know, he's been trying to help me, you know, build my platform on, you know, on a bigger scale. So, you know, we've been going to WNBA games, trying to interview players and coaches and stuff like that. You know, going in the radio and, you know, putting segments down. But, you know, the point is that, you know, everything happens for a reason, man, and just stay focused on that. And, you know, it's just, again, I just think that, you know, we just need to pay attention towards that. And, you know, a friend of mine as well said his pastor is talking about the same exact thing. 2018 is a year of reconnecting. And, you know, I always give like a scripture or something where I think, you know, can relate to our world today. And just give me 1 second. Basically, from 1 Samuel 19:20, it talks about, you know, Saul and, you know, Jonathan and David. And basically Saul he's jealous of David. You know, he's jealous of the relationship with God. He's just jealous if he's trying to, you know, be king and stuff. And he just doesn't like him. He's trying to eradicate him. You know, he's trying to get him dead, you know, any type of way he can. And but Jonathan, ironically, Saul's own son, Jonathan, is close friends with David. You know what I mean? And no matter what's happening, he's trying to give David warnings like, hey, my dad's out here trying to get you. You know, he's trying to kill you and stuff. But, you know, no matter what, man, you know, I respect your relationship with God and stuff. I'm just gonna, you know, we're friends, and no matter what happens, I'm always gonna, you know, be there for you, and you know, basically not lead you astray, man, and just continue to be a great friend. You know, I'll give you whatever warnings or signs that my dad's trying to do, and you know, where you should hide out if he's trying to get you. So, basically, from 1 Samuel 19:20, it says, "Then Saul sent messengers to take David, and when they saw the group of prophets prophesying, the Spirit of God came upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied." Something that someone said from my study Bible is that God protects his children even through the wildest ways. In this case, he stopped 3 groups of Saul's messengers from overcoming David by sending his spirit to prophesy through them. So it just proves that, you know, God can take even your enemies and make them do something contrary to what they would do originally, just to show that he's there with you. And I feel like the same thing could be with friends. You know, he can put people back in your life, you know, to make something, you know, go the way that he has planned for you. So again, guys, just pay attention to that. Hey, if you've met someone or re-met someone that you haven't talked to in the last 10 years or so, hey, I think everything happens for a reason. Just pay attention to that. All right, be blessed. Again, guys, like, comment, subscribe on this page, and just tell me, you know, what you want to hear next.